Hello, I'm Jason. I donated a kidney to a stranger about 2 months ago as a paired kidney transplant so that my girlfriend could get a transplant from another donor. I'd never heard of paired donation until I started going into some of the appointments with my girlfriend, uh, checking her kidney function numbers, and as they deteriorated, considering different transplant uh, programs that we have in our area. And that's where I learned of it. I first began to consider donating as a paired live kidney donor uh, really right when I found out that I was not a match for her to donate directly. I had volunteered pretty early when uh, to be a donor when it became clear that she was going to need one. And she started talking about other friends of hers that had also stood up and had committed to donating a kidney to her when the time came. I wasn't always certain that I wanted to be a living donor. I participated in paired kidney exchange through NKR. I decided to become an altruistic donor because I started to see how much her family has been affected by kidney disease and a history of kidney disease in their family, talking to other family members and realizing how many people were being affected by her condition. I ultimately decided to participate in paired kidney donation after careful consideration. And when I realized that it was time, talking to my girlfriend's family, her friends, understanding how many lives that she touched, people at her work, and how many people that I could actually have an impact on with one action, and how many people that could help. And through the paired kidney exchange program, it wasn't just the family of the recipient that I was a living donor for, but everyone else within that chain that ended, and their families that ended up getting their kidneys as part of it. And I don't think in life we get very many opportunities to help so many people at once and be able to do such a big thing. It made it an easier decision. We don't get many opportunities like that. We need to take them when we can. I learned that there were lots of protections in place to make sure that donors and paired exchange are taken care of. Things like being able to be bumped up to the top of the recipient line if I were ever to be in need of a kidney in years ahead, um, and other financial support, and making certain that all the barriers, and even as many inconveniences as possible were eliminated to the people who were volunteering to be a paired organ donor. Of course, there were specific things I was concerned about at the start, uh, more health concerns than anything. How other organ or kidney donors were doing several years from their procedure, and their energy level and their activity level, and how engaged they were, and how do they feel. And the more I learned, the more I felt better that it was something that I wanted to do. Looking back, the best part about donating a kidney as a paired donor had to have been when we informed her family that she had uh, received a donor that was a match, and that I was her living donor. And the relief, fear, joy, and flood of emotion that came across everybody's face, and the outpouring of support love and gratitude that came from it. Being able to do something that's selfless can can prove stuff to yourself and stuff to others, and um, make a statement about the type of person that you want to be and the type of person that you are. The best advice I could give someone else who is thinking about being a paired exchange living donor is to get on top of your own health and make certain that your physical health is where it needs to be. That'll be the first stop there, first bridge to cross, as if you're even eligible to, because that really kind of lets you focus on some things that you might not be considering as often as you should, and then certainly learn as much as you can about what to expect during the procedures, the program, and try to find and talk to people who have donated a kidney. I was fortunate enough to find a few folks, neighbors and friends that had donated, and hear their stories, and about what they went through and what to expect helped me to really settle myself and be confident in my decision. Being a living donor in a paired donation scenario was different than I expected, in that it was a lot of uncertainty and waiting while the pairings were made and the chain was created by the program. Um, uh, Everybody had answers for a while until it came to getting that set up. So the uncertainty was something that I really didn't, and the anxiety that came from that was while waiting to donate an organ, hoping that I would be able to, was something that I really wasn't expecting. A lot of people thought that it was weird that I would give a kidney to a stranger, but being a paired donation living donor made sense for me, because I don't really see it as me giving it to a stranger. I was a stand-in donor for my girlfriend, and a woman that I plan on spending my life with, and the it wasn't necessarily about the person who would be getting my specific kidney, but about the health of the person who would be receiving hers, that I cared about. And then it became a bit more, after the surgery, I did need to know that my recipient was okay, that she was doing well, and her body was accepting the kidney, and I hope that she's continuing a successful recovery, although I haven't heard anything yet. In the end, I knew that becoming a donor through paired kidney exchange was the right option for me. When I understood more about what my girlfriend needed in terms of not just blood type, but the antibodies that she had and needed to be matched, was very specific, and it wouldn't be able to be achieved in any way by just reaching out. The national program was what made it work for us. And on top of that, when I found out that the surgery date, when they had found the match and told us what the schedule was actually for my birthday, I knew that it was probably destined to be the case, and is something I was meant to do. Overall, my experience with paired exchange was positive. Certainly, that's because of the fact that the recipients in the chain are all doing well, and their bodies are accepting the new kidneys, but also in how the back office details and all that were handled very well. I haven't had any issues or bills or anything else that's been come, and they've treated me with red carpet experience the entire time. I've not yet had the opportunity to meet the person who has received my kidney, or find out anything about her outside of the fact that she was older and the state that she lived in.